Hello, Just Jax here, and this one I think I mentioned in some of the write-ups, or like the little description part of earlier ones. This has since been to its home, and it has since come back. Not because there's anything wrong with the image, she just wanted, because the first one had, everything was outlined, she really wanted this one to be outlined as well. She didn't feel like it stood out enough from the background. So we are back, we have zebra black, we have a little paintbrush here, and we are going to start to go around everything apart from the black, because that's black. So I think we'll start in the middle and maybe work our way out. And there's probably going to be some touch-ups along the way, so let's... I've got two hoodies on because it's so cold. So let's try our best not to get the background at all. And just not smudge either along the way. And see if we can do this nice and tidy. It won't be one take, because I'm sure I'll have to let certain areas dry, otherwise I'll risk running over them with my arm. And when this one is done, we're going to start the second series. I've got to try and not wobble as I'm doing this, or it's going to be very, very obvious. There's a lot of these lines. This is probably going to take more than one coat to do. Because they're not going to be perfect, because they weren't there to begin with. So I'd imagine this is going to... I'd like it to be just one, since it's just a little outlining. But I'd imagine it's going to take more than one. But we'll see. It might surprise us. It depends how well these first lines go down. I'd imagine there's going to be a little going over along the way, probably in the original colours. To hit all the right points. And to tidy up, because there are going to be wobbles along the way. Hopefully nothing too ridiculous. But we'll see. There's a lot of big, fairly straight lines to work with here. We will see. I think maybe that F next, because that F is going to be tricky to do. We are in the new year now. Thoroughly in, where would be the best point to start from this guy. Well, I'm going to start perhaps in between this drying, because I've got to do the pencil work to begin with. I think at the moment I'm thinking I'm going to be approaching it in a similar style to the Femme Elementary one, since it's going to be quite a lot of shapes put together. Like I told her, it's like whatever she wants, she is to be the rightful owner of these after all, so she has to be happy with the finished result. I think this will do it justice. So that's the thing when you're transferring a... Make sure I do not smudge that rectangle. Turning a mixed media piece into a painting. Sometimes you have to adjust as you're going. Like she's already decided with the other one she wants it outlined. I think she'd already... Yes, I'm quite sure. We've already discussed that all of them will have a black outline. So it seems to be like the running theme. And she likes the way it looks. We are unsure on the final two, because we've got this one, Femme Elementary, this one, the Violin. We've got Woman in Folded Paper. It's going to be turned into two. And then we know the big one, I can't remember what it's called, but it is really big. Be the biggest of the lot, so that's going to take the longest of the lot for sure, and it's quite complicated. Well, not complicated, but there's a lot of detail going on. It's going to take quite a bit of time to do that one. But I think I mentioned at one point it was going to be two harlequins, but she's since sort of unsure on those again, so final pair. She wants them to be a pair because of how she's placing them in her house. She's unsure of what they're going to be just yet, so we'll discuss them closer to the time. There's quite a bit of thinking time that way as well. Yeah, and with the woman's face and folded paper, there's going to be two. That's going to sort of half done what's going where, because she wants the same colour palette, and that's just sort of beigey paper coloured, the original. So I've half done a what's going to go where, like I did with this one, but there's got to be a few tweaks done to that as well, otherwise there's going to be a lot of burnt sugar, and she likes it when there's just an element or two. So that's gonna be slightly, it's gonna be obviously the same as the original image as far as what it looks like goes, but as far as colour being applied, it's going to be tweaked quite a lot. Okay, F went down a lot smoother than I was expecting it to. I'd imagine these lines are going to be the ones, this will probably be the most challenging because of how big it is. And I'm also going to have to remember what is laid over what, because there's no point doing a separate square here when this is one line, this is one line, and this is one line. That one I can put in last, because it's behind this one. This one I've got to come straight across with. This is where you have to trust your brush. It's already dots appearing. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some touch-up work after this. As for like other projects that I've got on the horizon, I mean, there's things that I've started. There was one project that I started over Christmas, but it never got finished, which was a shame. I think I'm going to have to leave that line for now, otherwise I am going to cut over this, so I'll come across here next. And that one is all out of the way, so I should be safe going down there. Come this way first. Now we should be okay to come this way. There is my abominable snowman, which started, but later than I wanted to, as I was waiting for some teeth to arrive. So that put everything behind. And then he was quite a thick guy, so he took a bit longer to dry than planned. And then there was just one. Well, Christmas became very busy. Normally Christmas isn't too busy for me. I don't tend to do a whole heap, but then suddenly everything was happening. extra shifts at work. So I got a lot up, which was good, and I got a lot done, but I didn't get everything done. And I really want to get my Abominable Snowman done, because he is looking so cool. You can have a sneak peek at him right now. So he's dry enough for me to manhandle. Check him out. How cool is he? I absolutely love him. He's got nice buttocks, a good gut. I love that his eyes follow you around. And his teeth, of course, they're really cool. So he's going to be a lot of fun to paint. He's just laying back down over there. He's got a nice piece of foam to rest his head upon. So I didn't want... He was still sort of in the stages of drying when I laid him down, but I didn't want his bum to get flat all of a sudden because of the weight of his gut. So I've got him to finish. I started making some crystals today. And we'll see what happens with those, if they actually become of themselves or if I goofed in making them. We'll find out tomorrow, or later on tonight, but tomorrow hopefully something will form in there. Hopefully. And find the best way to do this. This is I've got a space issue with this canvas. I'm definitely going to have a space issue. The canvas that's the next size up. Well, I think it's going to be perhaps 2 or 3 sizes up from this, so I'm unsure how I'm going to get that one recorded. I'd like to get it recorded so you can all see, since we've come this far together. Definitely going to be some touch-ups along the way with this one, because that's a bit wibbly here and there, so we'll have to go over that with the white and the Stormy Sky. Now, do I go across there next? I could probably do this whole shape and then come up here. And we might have to let that dry before we go anywhere else. No, because I can't do that shape. Well, I can. I tell a lie. I can come around here and go around there. So I shouldn't have to touch that. Let's see. Come down here. So I think that's just about in shot still, so that's okay. Perhaps the best line yet. Oh, it's very tidy. There's a slight shift in confidence when you're working over dark with dark. And there does definitely have to be a confidence when you're applying lines to something. Maybe around like that. So. actually just go a little bit further. And I've got Major Creaky Chair. I think we can turn it from that point. A tiny bit more. Turn it from that point, yeah. We can do that line down. We're not going to do that one because we'll definitely drag through something, but we can do down here, so we will go down there. Here do we go? Down and around, so I reckon we can do that one. Yeah. Major Creek. Okay. This probably would be a one take if I didn't have to risk running back over things. So I think we'll come up here next. This one will probably be a bit tricky because of all these little janky shapes going on. But yeah, hopefully that is just what she had in mind. Now, we can get a little piece of this done. And I'm going to have to work out an angle. So you can see, I'll run the risk of running off camera in a moment. To do this. Knowing where to go. Oh yes, I made a cup of tea. It's probably past its life. It's just in there. Let's try from here and try not to rest anywhere that we have painted. Trusting myself to be aware of my body, where it's been and where it's going. Can we do this bit from this angle? Can you see on this one? Yes, you can see. Right. I've got to lean over the top of everything I've just done. Let's try. I have to bring it back this way actually. Okay, so can we do this guy and then this piece maybe, and it's just straight down, straight down. This is still wet. Let's see what we can do. I think we can get in here. Okay, not too bad. There'll be a little touch up here and there, but that's okay. Across here. So then, yeah, don't think we can get in there. We can do it across here. Across here, I don't think can we? There's a bit of an opening. probably get that line in. Let's try. I'll find the spot. Because that's a much longer one to try and do, and I don't think I can do it from the other side. So we can go, where am I going to be touching? As everything stays out the way, I should be okay to come straight up. Let's do it, we're going for it. Let's just be aware of what wires are where and what arm is where. Oh yes, I was talking about as well other projects. I can't remember how I started looking for this. What was I looking for? Oh, that's it. I was looking for, because I've got some glow-in-the-dark paints. That's one thing to talk about. My other half bought me some nice surprise things at Christmas. It was a selection of glow-in-the-dark paints to play with. Like the UV light strip, so we can charge everything up and work in the dark, maybe. A really, really nice big glow-in-the-dark, almost like a tree of life sort of design. It's a big black strip of fabric with this beautiful tree in the middle and I think it was a sun one side and a moon the other. So I've got to erect that somewhere. So that'll be really cool to have up. And then that got me thinking of looking for like, oh, what glow-in-the-dark craft materials are there? So I just put in eBay glow-in-the-dark under the craft section. And I found some really cool things to get to try and play with. But then I got distracted because something came up. And I can't remember. Oh, that's it, glow-in-the-dark beads. So I want to do a little bit of jewellery making. Starting out with the basics. I've got a little mini resin kit to play with as well, so I've never done that before and I really like to try and give that a go. So I've got that to play with as well soon. And then I saw, and this isn't even glow in the dark, a little Labrador charm. And it was a little black enamel Labrador charm, but it just made me think of Marley. So then I was like, oh, I could make a charm bracelet of my girls. So originally I knew chances are I wouldn't be able to find anything that resembled an Nova. She's a St. Bernard cross white retriever cross Samoyed, and she is gorgeous. I'll get a picture of her up one of these days. Well, I'm going to be painting her one of these days, so you'll see how beautiful she is. She's a big black and white girl. So I initially typed in black and white dog charm and couldn't really. Dalmatians came up obviously, and a few others that weren't necessarily a black and white breed, but or not famed for being black and white, but obviously came in black and white. And then after a long search I found quite a few different charms that made me think of the girls, and a couple that made me think of Nova. So I got the Marley charms, I got the ones that made me think of Nova, and then I had to get another one of a similar style for Marley, because I wanted to try and keep their representations together. And then I thought, oh, I can make a charm bracelet. I used to wear a bit of jewellery, but because I'm always doing something, it just wasn't feasible to keep wearing it. So I have to keep taking it off. I'm not the most fragile of ladies when it comes to doing things. So I just eventually stopped wearing them. So I was either working, couldn't wear it for work purposes. There's only one thing that I always wear and I never take off, and that's a necklace that my other half got me back when we very first met, and it's been on me ever since, and it shan't be coming off for no one, not even work. So anyway, that's something else that I'm going to be trying soon, making a little charm bracelet dedicated to my girls. So yeah, I want to do some simple jewellery making to begin with, just arranging beads and whatnot. Then I'd like to try and make, some more fancy things out of resin. I think that would be really cool to try. So yeah, other things to talk about, well, I'll save that for in a moment. This is ready to dry, and somehow I've got little to no black spattered around. There might be a tiny piece there to touch up, but apart from that, I've managed to just spatter the tabletop, which is fine. So I'm going to let this dry. I've also managed to get all the lines done. So yeah, I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll have a look at it and see if anywhere needs a touch up. But hopefully that's just how she likes it. It does stand out a bit more from where it was at. So I'm hoping this is what she has in mind. It's a similar size lines to what we did with Femme La Montre. So hopefully this has done the job. But like I say, we'll let it dry and then have a look at it, because there might be the odd bit here or there where the line could be better, bigger or tidier. We'll see. We'll let that dry. So hopefully this is the final shot.